Hey, it's good to see you. You kind of caught me at a rough time in my life. I'm stuck here in Anne Orlando around the corner from those archers with the great bows, and I don't have any poison darts or poison arrows right now. So until I figure out how I'm going to get out of this crap, why don't we talk about the top 10 ways to make Dark Souls easier? Before getting started with the list, I just want to talk about a couple of honorable mentions. First of all, take advantage of the fact that you don't have to go into every level that you run into. You can always come back later. You can even skip some for a period of time and come back when you're better prepared. Case in point, that disgusting toilet called Blighttown. You don't even want to go there if you do not have blooming purple moss clumps. Just remember, you can always come back later when you got the supplies. Second, just take your time moving through areas, because if you run through every single area, you're probably going to miss a lot of cool gear and items, and you may end up aggroing way too many enemies that are going to kind of kick the shit out of you when they catch up to you. Darkroot Garden is not fun at all when you're getting reamed by 800 bush monsters. Okay, now we got that crap out of the way, let's get on with the list. Number 10, Master Key. When you start a new character in Dark Souls, there are items that you can use. Yeah, the fire bombs are good to help you beat the Asylum Demon, but he's kind of the easiest boss in the game anyway, so fuck that. Get the Master Key, because you can go to the Valley of Drakes, go back door to Blighttown, and skip that entire level until you actually want to come back and do it. I'm not saying that that's the only reason to get the Master Key, but skipping the most aggravating level in the game, that should be a good enough reason to put it on the list. Number 9, take advantage of the fact that when in human form, you can summon other players and NPCs to help you kill an area boss or just clear the zone. It's also very useful if the area is extremely tough. You can get some people that are nice enough that they'll let you summon them over and over to clear out all the enemies while you just hang back and stay alive. It's a very useful strategy. Number 8, stay hollow. I know this sounds extremely contradictory from what I just said, but there are areas in the game where having a teammate really doesn't help you at all. There are some things that you just need to do alone, and it's easier to run through an area instead of summoning in somebody who doesn't know what you're doing and just ends up getting lost or killed. It's also very useful due to the fact that when you're hollow, you can't get invaded. Number 7, get the Sunlight Maggot. It's cool that you can go into the catacombs and all, and you can kill the necromancers and get the cool little skull lantern, because you know it looks like something from a fucking Tim Burton movie, but that thing sucks ass because your shield hand now has a stupid lantern in it. And if you go to Lost Izalith, you kill that bug and you get the Sunlight Maggot helm. Now you have a glorious flashlight to wear on your beautiful head while you got your sword and you got your shield, and you're in the Tomb of the Giants, the darkest area in the game, and you're actually able to see and fight and defend yourself. Holy shit, it's better than Christmas. Number 6, take advantage of the fact that backstabs and plunging attacks are a thing. I see people all the time start off the game where the tutorial literally teaches you how to do a plunging attack on a large enemy, and then they never use that for the rest of the game. What the hell is up with that? Plunging attacks are awesome. And with just about every humanoid type enemy in the game, you can also do backstabs. And doing those ridiculous crits, they let you even take out Dark Knights early in the game. Number 5, explore when you're poor. When you do not have souls, that is the perfect time to just go running off through the woods like a maniac and grabbing all the loot you can find. For instance, if you go to Darkroot Garden and you grab that badass Elite Knight set and those giant stone dicks kill you, well, it's fine, because you're just gonna teleport back to your bonfire with a new set of armor, because in Dark Souls, you don't lose items when you die, you only lose souls and humanity. Number 4, sometimes you just want to be the running man and you want to learn how to juke properly. There are areas in the game that if you've played them through enough times, you just don't want to take your time to go through everybody. So some areas like the catacombs, it's a very viable strategy. Once you learn the lay of the land, you can just zoom on through all that bullshit without having to deal with all the annoying traps and skeletons up the ass. Number 3, combat patience is a virtue. There's a lot of times in this game where you're gonna get punished severely for being way too aggressive. And with some fat ass demon trying to smash you into a million pieces, it's usually a better idea to roll out of the way, block up, and get prepared for that opening and attack when it's safe. Trust me, you're gonna live a lot longer this way and you're gonna be a lot more successful in combat. Number 2, sorcery is OP as hell. You probably guessed that this was gonna be on the list somewhere. It would probably be a lot of people's number 1 pick, but for number 2, I'm gonna say sorcery because it is so strong in a game like Dark Souls where the majority of the enemies are melee fighters. To just be able to stand back and pew, 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 pew. There's a lot of guys that you can take out before you even get them aggroed to you. You can like go into the depths and you can just pew pew dudes from the edge of the railing that are down there where the butcher is, and they can't even do shit about it. Those guys. Oh yeah, also, if you get Dusk of Ulasil, you can get spells from her, like the one that makes you almost completely invisible, and you can run through a lot of the game without even aggroing a lot of the creatures. That's bullshit, and I love it. And the number 1 way to make Dark Souls an easy game is to go Pyromancy. Pyromancy is so strong in this game. You can literally just farm out souls, get a trainer, and just keep pumping those souls into your fire's level. The first time I beat Dark Souls, it was with a Pyromancer, and it presents almost no challenge. The only enemies in the game that are bosses that even will have any resistance to your fire is Quelaag, who you can summon an NPC to help you kill. Then there is the Centipede Demon and the Demon Fire Sage, which can both be skipped. So that's 3 enemies that have high fire resistance that are basically not even a real problem. And everything else, Pyromancy just blasts their ass into oblivion. Pyromancy, baby. Well, that's the list. I'm still stuck here in Orlando, but I feel a lot better now that I've gotten to take my mind off of all the aggravation of those archers. So I think that if you follow these tips, Dark Souls will be an extremely easy game. Well, maybe not an extremely easy game, but it should be somewhat easier. So what'd you think about the list? If you got any disagreements, or again, maybe something should have been a little higher than something else, let me know in the comments section. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Share it with a friend if you think they would like to hear about some weird Dark Souls crap, because I love talking about this shit. And I just want to say again, thank you all so much for the support and for watching the videos. You've really helped me find a new invigoration for doing YouTube content. Love you guys. See you next time.